This technique video covers the base spread. So for this technique, I want to contact either side of the occipital mastoid suture. So I've got my index finger on the mastoid portion of the temporal bone. I've got my middle finger on the occipital squama, and I'm going to do that on both sides. I want to test the relative motion of the sutures to see which is the most restricted, and I'm going to focus my treatment on the side that is the most restricted. The goal here is to find the balance between the temporal bone and the occipital bone so that occipital bone can essentially float. So a little bit of lateral and posterior pressure on that temporal bone, and then a little bit of reciprocal motion or balance on the occipital bone is what I'm looking for. So this is the hand position on a skull, and then I'll show you on a live patient. So same thing. I'm just going to put my index finger right on that mastoid portion of the temporal bone, finding the occipital mastoid suture with my middle finger and putting my finger on the other side of it. And then it's just a posterior and lateral traction till I find a point of balance. And I engage the occiput with my middle fingers and a little bit of my ring fingers as well to find that position of ease. Once I find that balance point, that position of ease, I wait. The system resets. There is a release, which means the amount of force it takes me to hold that balance point shifts. And then I bring the whole system back to neutral. And then I motion test the occipital mastoid sutures on both sides again.